Shalom. I want to start off bringing all the praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Wachach, Odash. Double honors to my teachers, the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and salutations to you, Akim, that's out there listening, pushing forth this word with truth and sincerity, and your few Akwat as well, that's listening with sincerity. All right, today, just coming back at you guys through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. And the Lord called us in this truth to be soldiers, to be spiritual soldiers in this truth. Okay. Before I start, let's start with this precept here and 2 Timothy 2 in verse 3 says, "Thou therefore endure hardness as a good soldier of Hamashiach." Okay, we're called in this to be soldiers. Because part of this walk of ours is to endure. It's a thing of patience. Okay? And that's what that word patience goes into. It goes into hardness, endurance. That's what we're here for. Right? Let's look up that word soldier real quick. Okay? This is the word soldier. It doesn't give much in the blue letter. Let's get in the etymology online. Okay. So this is the word soldier in the etymology online. It says fighting men, one engaged eon military service. Yeah, we're in a spiritual fight. Okay, it's not a carnal fight, as scriptures say, but it's a spiritual fight that we're in. Right? Let's get that real quick. Spiritual. Cardinal. Let's get that in Second Corinthians 10 and verse 4. It says, let's start at verse 3. It says, "For though we walk in the flesh, we do not war after the flesh. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, to the pulling down of strongholds." Yeah. Yes, we are indeed in this flesh. We're here on this planet Earth, right? We still have to, live our daily lives, but mass majority of the battles that we fight, it's spiritual warfare that we're having here. Okay? We're not fighting by a carnal battle. Okay? Ephesians 6. We're fighting spiritual wickedness in high places. Okay, that's the warfare that we're having. We're currently on a battlefield. All right, and we're fighting spirits constantly, daily, rebuking evil thoughts, right? Having to deal with these people of the world full of demons. Okay, that's the warfare that we're fighting, man. All right. Yes, we're in the flesh, but what? We do not war after the flesh. Okay. Let's get Ephesians 6 as well, just to tie that in. All right. This is Ephesians 6 and verse. Let's start at verse 11. It says, verse 10, it says, "Finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord and the power of his might. Put on the whole armor of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places." Yeah, that's what we're fighting. We're fighting demons, man. Okay? With the thoughts, like I stated earlier, right? The evil thoughts that you get, the people that you have to deal with in the world, in your daily life, at the plantation, those people are completely filled with demons. And that's the thing that we're battling, man. Okay? You're constantly, man, you're rebuking thoughts, man. Right? We are indeed soldiers, but the war that we're fighting is a spiritual warfare. Right? Like we got in the definition, it says a fighting man, one engaged eon military service. Yeah, that military service that we're serving, we're part of the army of the Lord. Okay? Because in Ezekiel 37, it speaks about, after the breath entered into those dry bones, okay, a great and exceeding army stood up. That's the army of the Lord. That's us. Okay, those of us that have this truth, that have the breath, the Wakach Chodesh, right? Let's get Ezekiel 37 as well, just to tie it in, to bring the point home, to show you how that we're soldiers in this, right? Soldiers fighting a spiritual warfare, not a carnal one, okay? We don't need no blickies, all right? No sticks, and go hold camp like some camps out there, okay? We don't need that, okay? We're in the flesh, but now our all warfare is carnal. We don't need no physical weapons. All you need is this word, okay? When you continue reading Ephesians, it tells you what we're supposed to have as part of our armor, okay? This is Ezekiel 37, and verse, I'm gonna start at verse 5. I'm just gonna run through it quickly, but the point is really at verse 10, right? This is Ezekiel 37, Salak, and verse 5. It says, "Thus saith the Lord power, Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai, unto these bones, behold, I will cause breath to enter into you, and ye shall live." Yeah, the Holy Spirit, right? "And I will lay sinews upon you, and will bring flesh upon you, and cover you with skin, and put breath in you, and ye shall live, and ye shall know that I am the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai." So I prophesied as I was commanded. As I prophesied, there was a noise, and behold, a shaking, and bones came together, bone to his bone, right? "And when I beheld, lo, the sinews and the flesh came up upon them, and the skin came up, covered them above, but there was no breath." Okay, and we have a lot of Israelites that's considered as Israelites, skin Israelites. Okay, those that basically they know who they are. They know the Lord is a so-called black man, but yet they didn't receive that breath. They don't receive that complete understanding of the scriptures. Okay, and the bones is referring to the whole house of Israel. That's what the bones are. Okay. Verse 9, it says, "Then said he unto me, prophesy to the wind, prophesy to the man, and say to the wind, Thus saith the Lord power, Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai, come from the four winds, O breath, and breathe upon these slains that they may live." Yeah, because currently the house of Israel is currently dead. Okay, because they have gone out of the way of understanding. Proverbs 21 and verse 16 tells you, if you go out of the way of understanding, you're going to remain in the congregation of the dead. So therefore, the nation of Israel is currently dead right now, except for those that have received that breath, okay, which would be, those of the hope for elect, okay, because you could receive the breath and the Lord could take that breath away from you. And we've seen examples, okay, of men that came into this and the breath was taken away from them. All right. That's why we call ourselves the hope for elect, because it's all about enduring until the end. That's also part of your duty as a soldier, is to endure unto the end. Okay, but this is the point here. Verse 10, it says, "So I prophesied as he commanded me, and the breath came into them, and they lived and stood up upon their feet, an exceeding great army." Right? That's the point here, in an army. All right. We are part of that army, man. We are the soldiers, part of that army. Those of us that have received that breath. Okay, so therefore what? We have to endure hardness. We have to endure hardships. Okay? Our captain, which is Yahushai, he had to endure hardness. So we have to follow the same example and endure hardness as well. He's the captain of our salvation, right? You know what? Let's get this in Hebrews 12, because I stated that he's the captain of our salvation, and how that he had to suffer. He's our champion, right? This is Hebrews 12 and verse 2. It says, "Looking unto Yahushua, the author and finisher of our faith, who for the joy that was set before him endured the cross." You see that? Endured. Just like we read in Timothy. Endure hardness as a good soldier. Yahushua, who is the captain of our salvation, he had to endure the cross, despising the shame, and is sat down at the right hand of the throne of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai. You see that? That's the example that we have to follow. That's the ultimate soul, that ultimate spiritual soldier. Okay, Yahushai. Let's read it in the NLT. Verse 2, it says, "We do this by keeping our eyes on Yahushai, the champion who initiates and perfects our faith. You see, Yahushua is the champion because he conquered the flesh. Yahushua conquered the flesh, man. Okay, and here it is through him, we're going to get the opportunity to conquer the flesh as well. By the sacrifice that Yahushua made. Okay, giving us faith. Okay, not being condemned by the law anymore. Right? You see that? It says, because of the joy awaiting him, he endured the cross, disregarding its shame. Now he is seated in the place of honor beside Yahweh's throne. And that's facts. Okay, because even Stephen, you know, when he was getting stoned, he saw Yahushua at the right hand of the Heavenly Father. Okay? Yahushua fulfilled his mission. He received his reward. Because what? He fulfilled the course. He stayed on the course. He was a soldier. Okay? Verse 3 in KJV says, for consider him that endured such contradiction of sinners against himself, lest he be wearied, and faint in your minds. Yeah. If you start, you know, being weary and faint in your minds, consider Yahushua. Okay? If you start getting that woe is me spirit, okay, I don't know if I could do this anymore. No, man. That's when you go in the scriptures, you get that boost. You go on the YouTube, you watch some lessons. You get that boost to, yo, yeah, this is a fight, man. Yo, you know what I'm saying? I got to keep fighting. I got to keep enduring. I can't let these things get me sidetracked. Okay, these worldly affairs, whatever problems that you have to deal with in your day-to-day life. Don't let that get in the way of this mission. You fulfilling this mission, this course. You got to stay on track. Okay, verse 3 NLT says, think of all the hostility he endured from sinful people. Then you won't become weary and give up. You see that? If you think upon Yahushua, what he had to endure, then hey, you're not going to be weary in your mind. You know, you're not going to give up. Okay? You know, Yahushua's story is inspirational. Okay? Yahushua's walk is inspirational. He left the example of how we're supposed to walk, how we're supposed to be as soldiers in this, and not complain and just go through it. Okay? Let me see if there was more in the definition. Back to the definition of soldier, etymology online. It says, French soldier, Anglo-French. It says one who serves in the army for pay. Yeah, and we are going to get paid. Okay? We're going to get to be the future rulers in the world to come. Okay, Matthew 19. The Yahushua told Peter what he was going to have for forsaking all. And we see Yahushua, he got rewarded for forsaking all himself. Okay, he got rewarded for enduring. Is he not at the right hand, as we read in Hebrews 12? Okay, so we are soldiers that's been hired, okay, by Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. So therefore, we have to do our mission in order to be rewarded, to be paid. Okay, back to 2 Timothy 2 and verse 3 again. It says, and thou therefore endure hardness as a good soldier of Yahushua HaMashiach. It says, no man that warreth entangleth himself with the affairs of this life, that he may please him who hath chosen him to be a soldier. You see, if you're in a war, you don't have time for the affairs of this life. Okay, you don't have time to get caught up. Oh, let's read it in the NLT. To get caught up in civilian life. This is 2 Timothy 2 and verse 4. It says, soldiers don't get tied up in the affairs of civilian life, for they cannot please the officer who enlisted them. Who's that officer? Yahushua enlisted us. He hired us. Okay, he's the captain. He's the champion. He's the one that hired us. Okay, how did he hire us? Via his blood. Okay, he purchased us with his blood. You see that? So we don't have time to get caught up in civilian life. Okay, worrying about what these people worry about. You don't have time to worry about those things. The Lord's going to take care of that. Okay, soldiers, the reason why they don't worry about civilian life, because they're getting taken care of. The Lord is gonna provide for you regardless, so you don't have to worry about these civilian affairs, these things that these people worry about, bills and what am I gonna do to get food, to pay my bills, to pay my insurance or whatnot. The Lord is gonna take care of that. Okay, just like as a king, if he had an army, he would be the one that would provide the food. Okay, he would provide for them. So the Lord is providing for us as well. So we don't have time to get caught up in civilian life. Okay, there's a reason why when Yahushua, there's a reason why he told that man that wanted to follow him, when he started making excuses saying, oh, my father just died, let me go first and bury my father. There's a reason why he told him, let the dead bury their dead, because you don't have time for that civilian life. You don't have time for that, man. Okay? And Yahushua said, let the dead bury their dead, because what? Once again, if you're not in this truth, you have gone out of the way of understanding it. Therefore, what? You're in the congregation of the dead. That's why Yahushua told that man that, how that let the dead bury their dead. Okay, I've hired you now. It's time for you to do work. Okay, it's time for you to go fight. You don't have time to get caught up in civilian life. You see? Okay, we're in this thing to be soldiers, man, as we write in the definition, right? A fighting man. We're here to fight constantly. Okay, and you're gonna have times when you're gonna fall. You're gonna have times where certain battles you're not gonna win, but you got to get back up and continue in the war. Okay, and eventually you're gonna win that battle. Okay, you're gonna overcome that obstacle, but it's a matter of getting back up as a soldier. Oh, let's get that in in Proverbs. Proverbs 24 and verse, you know what? I'm gonna get verse 10. Then I'm gonna jump down to verse 16. This is Proverbs 24 and verse 10. It says, if thou faint in the day of adversity, thy strength is small. You see? Oh, let's read it in the NLT. Man, NLT always be bringing it out, man. Isaiah 24 and verse 10, it says, if you fell under pressure, your strength is too small. Yeah, you can't be feeling under pressure, man. And trust me, the Lord is going to apply that pressure on you. Okay, and as a soldier, you have to endure that pressure. Okay, that's how your strength, that's how you gain more strength, when the pressure is applied upon you. That's why Apostle Paul said how that, his strength is made perfect in weakness. Okay, so throughout those periods where you might be in a lower state where, things are not going well for you, right? You're catching hell, in other words. That's when the Lord is really strengthening you. Okay, and you can't faint in that process. Okay, when that's happening, just think about Yahushua. Think about what he had to go through, the different prophets. Then it's gonna keep you that in that mindset of how, let's go, right? And then your strength is just gonna be, increase. Okay, to where if you're faced with that adversity again, it's gonna be light work. You see, but it's a matter of not fainting in that adversity, but rather think upon Yahushua, lest you faint in your mind. Right? So jump down to verse 16. It says, for a just man falleth 7 times and riseth up again, but the wicked shall fall into mischief. You see, a just man is going to fall 7 times, but what? He's going to rise up again. Okay? And you falling 7 times doesn't necessarily mean you literally have 7 strikes. After that, man, you're out. No. It's just 7 is meaning perfection. Okay? So you could fall multiple times. It doesn't matter. But it's a matter of what? You getting back up and not falling for that same trick. And learning and seeing, okay, this is what I got to do. Right? You don't want to be a wicked and fall into mischief. You got to get back up. Be a soldier. Okay? That was it, So I'm going to close it off there, man. All right, giving all the praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Wachach Chodesh. Hey, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. Until next time, I'm going to say Shalom.